born again. Because again, do we struggle? Do we have times or moments? Absolutely. But no born again believer is going to willfully sin. Guys, that's scriptural. That's not Kim.
And then I had, family problems and the whole 9 yards, and everything was going so bad, I began to become super anxious and depressed. I had this secret battle with anxiety and depression that weighed my life down for years. No one knew about it. I mean, every night I would go home, lay in my bed, cry, and think to myself, I want nothing to do with my life. I know my shame. I know my guilt. I know the things I've done. I know the things people don't know about me. And this pain is so weighty on my shoulders. The only thing I should really do is just take my life, because that's how the pain's going to go away.
Right. So then he's going to talk about his little Waffle House encounter. And as always, again, guys, hear me on this. And I'm not being unsympathetic here. But unfortunately, I've known a couple of people in my life who have taken their life, where the darkness was so dark that they had no other choice. And I guarantee you, before each of them took their lives, they were not going to Waffle House. They were not thinking about their last meal.
And so for years, I struggled with this until I was 17 years old. I decided that life had gotten the best of me, and I was going to make an irrevocable decision with my life.
Okay, so this is where I also get confused about his story, because he's changed it a couple of times. But again, if you're truly born again, and the weight of that supposed sin is weighing him down, is what he's saying, then you're really not born again. You really haven't put your faith in Jesus. So again, I don't like to bring myself into stuff. I just don't. But maybe God gave me the story that I have because it makes everything else that I hear today not make sense. So I had a couple of back and forths with the Lord. I mean, you can go to the channel and watch it. It was a couple of years ago. I uploaded my personal testimony, if you want to call it that, my relationship with Jesus, how he called the prodigal home. So instead of going into a deep, dark depression and having anxiety over my sin, I just simply walked away from the Lord. I was angry. I was angry at the Lord. You take my dad at such a young age and da-da-da-da-da-da. I was the woe is me, Kim. I don't need a God like that in my life. I wanted to do this and this didn't come through and I wanted that and that didn't happen. What kind of God are you? So I walked away. And although I was miserable in my sin, it was because of the Holy Spirit who truly still dwelt in me, even though I didn't profess with my mouth that I was a Christian, because no Christian would willfully, continually, habitually sin and be like, I'm a Christian though. Guys, that's a poisonous doctrine from these free grace camps and these people like Bryce and Jonathan and George Janko and Rustlin. And the list goes on and on. Well, God loved you. He died. Jesus died for you. He sent his only son to die for you. He did all the work. So just come. Just say, okay, thanks for doing the work. Peace out. I'm in heaven. That's not the gospel.